Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy
Hello.
Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm Danielle, and this is Srila, and we're so excited to be on here sharing with you tonight for our Double Dare event. We're going to give everybody a second to hop on, and then we're going to give you a quick rundown on what we're going to do tonight and how this is going to work. So as soon as you can see us, just comment and say hi so we know that you're with us and that we can get started. So we're just going to give everybody a second. Okay, it looks like we have a couple people watching. So you guys, tonight, Srila and I are in different states. So I'm in Maryland. She is up in Massachusetts. And so we are using this program called StreamYard that allows us to be on the screen together. However, because of that, we actually, when you're commenting, we can't see your names unless you click the link that's in this post just above our faces that says click here to give StreamYard permission. So please just take a second, click that, and then come back, because if you don't click that, whenever you comment, all it says is Facebook user. So 2 people have commented and said, hey and hello. We have no idea who you are because it just says Facebook user. So do us a quick favor, click that little link just above this video that says give StreamYard permission. That way, whenever you're commenting, we can actually see your names, okay? And you're going to want us to be able to see your name because tonight you are going to, a couple things are going to happen, okay? Whoever invited you tonight, hi, Sandy. Okay, we can see Sandy commenting. So Sandy's got her StreamYard figured out. So Sandy, maybe if you can help. Okay, hey, Dion. Okay, so Dion got it working. Okay.
We have another Facebook user.
Keep commenting and saying hello so we know that we can see your name. Yes. So you guys, the way that things are going to work tonight is Srila and I are going to share with you really quickly, just really fast. We're going to share our stories and then we're going to open it up for questions. And so just for being on tonight and being on live, you're going to get a gift from your consultant, whoever invited you. But also we are going to be giving away over $100 in free product. Okay. And that the way that you get your name into the entries is, number one, that you're on here live watching and commenting and participating with us, but also that you're asking questions. Okay. And so if we can't see your name, we can't give you credit for that. So we need to be able to see your name. Okay. So let's see.
Dina.
Is it Dina or Deanna?
It's Dina.
Dina. Okay. Dina, Abby. We can see Dion and
job
Sandy.
Clicking the link. Yay.
All right. So you guys, if you're not Abby, Dina, Dion, or Sandy, we cannot see your name. And so if I didn't call your name, click the little link right above this video that says give StreamYard permission. And that way, whenever you comment, it will actually tell us your name and it won't say Facebook user. So everybody take a quick second, click that link, and then join us right back here. And then we're going to get going. Okay. All right. I'm excited. We have so many people on with us tonight. We are excited that you guys are here. And whoever invited you is excited that you're on here helping her out. And I just want to start off by, before we get into everything, I just want to start off by thanking everybody for being on, because you're helping out. Whoever invited you, you're helping out with her training, because this is going to help her to learn how to just answer some of the most frequently asked questions that she's going to be getting. And so we so appreciate it. Hey, Melissa, we can see you too. All right, awesome. Okay, you guys, so really quick, just a quick recap, and then we're going to get right into it. Tonight, whenever you're commenting, okay, and asking questions, that's going to get you extra entries into our $100 product giveaway that we are doing. And for being on live and staying on to the end, you're going to qualify for a gift from your consultant, okay? And at the end, you're going to find out how you can receive $30 in free products. Srila's going to tell you about that. So be sure that you stay on with us till the end, okay? And what we're going to do is Srila and I are just going to introduce ourselves really quick. We're going to tell you just briefly like our experience with Mary Kay. And then we're going to open it up for questions and give you an opportunity to ask us anything, like all the nitty gritty, juicy questions that maybe you've wanted to ask about Mary Kay. So any non-product related question is on the table. And the more questions you ask, the better, because every question is going to be an entry into our product giveaway. Okay.
Yeah, and don't be shy, because that's gonna make this a little bit more fun and interactive too. So
exactly. So feel free to like start thinking of questions now. You may have come with questions, but as Srila and I introduce ourselves, feel free to like jot down any questions you have or just throw them in the chat, because as soon as we're done introducing ourselves, we're going to get right into answering your questions in real time. Okay.
Hi, Julie. We can see you. Hi,
yes.
Miriam.
Hi, Miriam. Hi, Julie. All right. Awesome. Yeah. We're so excited you guys are here. And you guys, tell us where you're watching from, because I know we have people kind of spread out all over. And tell us who invited you. And if you do use Mary Kay products, we want to know like your favorite products. So go ahead and do that. And then I think Srila, should we get into introducing ourselves and
Yeah.
get on with the show?
Absolutely.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
All right.
So, do you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So my name is Srila Fitzpatrick. Hello, everyone. Little background about me. Before Mary Kay, I was a single young high school math teacher and a volleyball coach. Did that for a long time. Loved it. Loved what I did. Went to school for that. And then I was introduced to Mary Kay almost 15 years ago. Almost. By Danielle, actually, my friend here sitting next to me, but not really. Which way should my hands go? This way.
Yeah, you're right. Oh.
It's backwards.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was confusing. Right, okay. So Danielle used to live here in Massachusetts where I live. And I actually hired her to coach volleyball with me one season. And she was a pretty brand new consultant in Mary Kay at that time. So she'll tell you more about her. But she introduced me to Mary Kay. I went and tried the product for the first time and I loved it. I don't know about you guys, but I was like, I didn't pay attention to skincare. I just bought whatever was on sale. I didn't really use anything good. I didn't wear a lot of makeup. I was not a product person. I just washed my face and moisturized it because I knew I was supposed to do that. So Mary Kay products felt amazing on my skin. And I was excited about them and I wanted to purchase them. But then I learned at that event that I went to that as a consultant, I would get a 50% discount. And you guys, 50% off is like a lot, right? And I'm pretty frugal. So I was excited about that. And remember, I was a single teacher. So, I needed to save money whenever possible. And so I was excited about that. But I also kind of was excited about the fact that the door was open for me to be able to make a little extra money if I chose to, but there was no requirements to do so because in Mary Kay, there's no quotas or territories or anything. And I didn't want the pressure, because between teaching and coaching all week long and being in school, working on my master's degree, I just didn't expect that I was going to really pursue it at any high level. And so I loved the fact that I didn't have to do that if I didn't want to, or I could if I wanted to. It was totally up to me. So that's why I joined, for the discount and for the opportunity to make a little extra money if I chose to. But very quickly, over the next 3 years, I built a really solid customer base because the product is awesome. And if people try it, they love it and they want to buy it, right? So I was making good money on the side without working too hard or putting in too much time. And after 3.5 years, things in my life changed a little bit. I got engaged and I was getting married, and weddings are really expensive. And so at that point, I decided to work my business at a higher level because I had a need. I needed some extra money. And so I started working my business like a part-time job. And in 4 months of working maybe 10 or 12 hours a week, I earned a free car, which was pretty awesome. And I moved into a leadership position as a sales director, which is what I am now. And I love that, you guys, because as a sales director in Mary Kay, I get to do what I love best, which is teach and coach and mentor. And I love doing that. So I got to that place and I realized, what, this is where I'm supposed to be. And that is when I left teaching. So I've been full-time in Mary Kay for about 10 years, a little over 10 years. And in that, June will be 10 years. And in that time, I, a lot's happened. I got married. I've had 3 boys who are now 9, 6, and 4. I moved out of Massachusetts to North Carolina and then moved back to Massachusetts. I mean, a lot of big things, a lot of big changes. And I've been able to do all of that, honestly, without a lot of hesitation or a lot of hardship because I have the flexibility of my business. And I love being a work from home mom. I love being able to be home and be there for the kids and all their needs and not worry about calling out to, go get them from school if they're sick or whatever I need to do. I love having that flexibility for them, but I also love having the opportunity to contribute to my family's income pretty significantly. And I've earned 9 free cars in my career, currently driving my 3rd pink Cadillac. So that's a little bit about me.
Yay. Okay, awesome. And you guys, I just love, I'm seeing in the chat, like we've got Delaware, Maryland, Texas, Maine. So fun. And I'm just a quick reminder, you guys, that if you haven't yet, click the little link right above this video to give StreamYard permission so we can see your name. Because there's a lot of you that are commenting and it's still saying Facebook user. So we want to give you credit for being on here. So I'll introduce myself really quickly. I'm Danielle Schubert. I currently live in Southern Maryland in kind of like the middle of nowhere. I've been here now for about 3 or 4 years. I kind of lost track with COVID over the last couple of years, but I started my business. It will be 15 years ago next month, which is so crazy to think about. And I started totally on a whim. I was living with my parents. I was 22 years old, turning 23 at the time. And I was just trying to figure out kind of my next steps in life and ultimately trying to prepare myself to start medical school. And Mary Kay was totally not something that was ever, ever, ever on my radar. Like, I literally did not wash my face. I'm admitting that, but I didn't really wash my face. So that might be you. You don't have to tell us in the chat, but it's okay if that's you. I wore like barely any makeup, but I was at a place in my life where I was just hungry. Like, I was hungry to change my situation. I was hungry to make a difference in some way in the world. And I really wanted to challenge myself to grow, and also to pay off my student loans and stop struggling financially, because as a recent college graduate, I was completely broke. And, at that time, I also had pretty low self-esteem and relatively low confidence as well. But, luckily I had just enough to say yes and give myself a chance, because I knew that I didn't want to stay in the same place. And just like you heard Srila say, I really looked at and I thought, okay, there's just no commitment. It's very minimal investment. And I thought, what do I really have to lose in giving myself a chance versus what could the possibilities be, right? Mm-hmm. And as I got started growing my business, literally sprinkling it in here and there because I had no time. I mean, when I started, I think I invested like 2 hours a month. Literally, that was kind of all I did, but I immediately fell in love with the culture of our company because, our culture is all about enriching women's lives, empowering women, and just, it's truly a tribe of women that works to build each other up and edify each other in order that we can bring out the best in one another, which was such a different experience for me than what I found in sort of my everyday life when I was in environments with a lot of women. And, the amount of growth that I saw in myself and the confidence that I was building within the first 9 months of my business was incredible. And it led me to a place where I decided to get consistent with my business. I earned my first free car working super part-time hours, about 10 to 15 hours a week. And I earned that within my first 9 months in business. And then that caused me to decide to move into a leadership position because in the process of earning my car, I was falling in love with working with women and showing them, just how to dream again, and being able to be a part of that dream and helping them to, map it out and pursue it and see it come to fruition. And so I decided to move into leadership so that I could focus more of my energy and attention on that. And at the end of my first full year in business, I quit my other jobs, went full-time with my Mary Kay. So it's been full-time for me now for about 14 years. And, it has supported me, you guys, being single for the majority of those years, 7 different moves across 3 different states. And then recently got married 2 years ago. And my husband and I are actually expecting our first baby next month, any day now, any week now, which is exciting. And it's exciting to see that.
I'll finish this up if you go into labor. Don't worry, Danielle.
Thank you. I'll try to keep a straight face. But, it's such a full circle thing for me because at the time that I left my other jobs and decided to go full-time with my business, I always had my future family in mind. I always knew that I wanted to be a mom. I always knew that I wanted to have a career and have something for myself and provide and contribute. But I wanted to have the choices to be able to do that on my own terms and not have to put my kids in daycare or any of that. And, that was 15 years ago. It took a little longer to get to this point than I expected. But I just love that I have that option that I'm going to be a full-time work from home mom. I'll be here for everything, to raise my son, but that I'll be able to work my business around my life and what my priorities are. And I love that I get to show other women how they can have those choices too, whether that's what they're looking for or whether it's flexibility for other things, that are important to them in their life. So that is a little bit about me as well. And I think, I know that we already have a couple questions that have been coming up in the chat. So you guys feel free, just like comment away, ask whatever nosy, nitty gritty, like juicy questions you want to ask. You can ask something about Srila or I. You can ask something about Mary Kay in general. They can be whatever you want to ask that's not product related.
And I would say if for some reason you're not getting that link to work for any reason, just put your name in your comment. So put your name, dash, and then what your question is. And that way we can still give you credit. Okay.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
So Dion
asked a question. So Dion, when you're asking, is there much of any liability or risk doing the business? I'm not sure if you're asking liability in terms of, Can you clarify what you mean by liability or risk? And we'll look at other questions in the meantime.
I'm going to tell you, I think there's a big risk that you're going to make a lot of really great friends. There's a really big risk that you're going to grow as a person and grow in your confidence for sure, and be able to do things you never thought you could do. There's a risk that you might make a lot of money too. I'm just saying. I'm being facetious. I'm sorry.
Those are all true. How do the two of you help newer consultants? Oh, that's another good question. Dion's got some good ones. Srila, do you want to? I
can start on that. Yeah. So Danielle and I are both sales directors, and really that means our job is to help and support new consultants coming in and getting them started. So we both function a lot similarly because, we've learned from some same mentors ourselves. But we help new consultants get started with their first parties. We kind of help support you in learning how to invite people, how to do a party. We do that first party with you. We teach you how to share the product. We teach you how to answer questions about the company. This right here is a perfect example of that. All our consultants on here are learning that. We do lots of events regularly to help teach those kinds of skills. We hold trainings weekly with our consultants to teach you different things about business, about product knowledge, about everything you need to know to be successful. And we do individual coaching with consultants who are looking for working at a higher level too. So we meet you where you are, and we will take your lead, and we will do whatever you need and whatever, we can do to support you in being really successful. And I will also say the company provides a lot of training and help with that too. So there's a lot of support, luckily.
Absolutely. Okay. So Dion did clarify what she meant. So
sure.
Could somebody sue us for malpractice? Yeah. So not really, because we don't touch anybody. So, and the only thing that, like, if you were putting your hands on somebody and you didn't have a license to do that. But Mary Kay is very, very clear about the parameters of how we grow our business. And so we never, whenever we're doing like pamper sessions, even if it's in person, if we're teaching a makeup application, customers are always applying to themselves. So we are never applying to anybody. And so, yeah, it's a non-issue. I mean, I don't know of that ever happening in all the years we've been in business. So, but Dion,
the company has our back.
Yeah, exactly. They have a pretty extensive legal team, but there's not, and like I said, I've been in business for 15 years. I've never had any kind of issues at all. The company assumes liability for any kind of like product issues or anything like that. So yeah. Let's see.
Judy had a question. What kind of car?
Yeah. So, well, right now there's a Chevy Malibu that you can earn, and you can earn that part-time as a consultant. There's also
that was my first car.
Mine was a Pontiac Vibe. They don't even make those anymore.
I know. That's like a long time ago.
That thing though. I loved it, and it was free. But yeah, you can earn a Chevy Malibu. You can earn a Chevy Equinox. Mm-hmm. You can earn. Are they?
I don't think Plus. I don't think so.
Okay, and then there's the pink Cadillac. And here's the exciting thing is that if for some reason you don't want one of those cars, maybe you have a car that's paid off, or like you live in the city, you don't need a car, whatever, you can take a cash payment every month instead of the car. So depending upon which car you earn, it can be $425 a month, $500 a month, or $900 a month. But here's the thing: I always tell people take the car because they also pay your taxes, your tag, title, registration, everything. And you get a brand new car with no mileage restrictions. Like, I have never purchased a car in my entire life. And that's not an exaggeration. I've been driving 3 cars with Mary Kay since I was 23 years old. I didn't own a car before that I purchased. And so like you get a brand new car every 2 years. So you're not paying, like, literally the only thing you do is oil changes, which you're going to have to do anyways. But your car's not breaking down. There's no maintenance. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And they're nice, like feet, like they're souped up.
Yeah. Let's see. What other questions are we missing?
Julie asks, what is the buy-in to become a consultant?
Oh, that is a great question. Honestly, right now you can get started for just $30. And it's not $30 annually. It's once, like $30 once to open the door. And that allows you, there are 2 different options for how you can start. And that just depends on whether or not you want some physical supplies or not. But both options give you access to all of the same things. So for $30, you get a personal website free for a year. You also get an account that allows you to process credit and debit card payments. And then the door's open. You can do whatever you want to do from there on out.
Whoever asked about in Maine, taxes got me. Can you please put your name in here, because it's saying Facebook user on our end. So taxes really got me with selling Scentsy. Is Mary Kay self-employment too? So yes, we are a sole proprietorship. We would, file taxes as a sole proprietorship. But taxes should not get you when you are a sole proprietorship, because when you have an at-home business, there's like 140 plus tax write-offs that you can take. So when you have a small at-home business like Mary Kay or like Scentsy, you can write off everything that you already pay for, because you're also using that for your business, such as your rent or your mortgage, the square footage of your office space, the utilities, right? You can't run a business from home if you don't have electricity, right? Or if you don't have gas, your internet, your cell phone. These are all bills you guys have anyway that you're paying for, right? But now portions of those are written off as a tax write-off, as a business expense. And so really, you should always get money back on your taxes, especially when you're working it at a part-time level, right? And maybe as a side job, right? So when I was starting Mary Kay, I remember I never got a refund. I remember this distinctly. Danielle probably does too. When I was thinking about signing up that first day, I asked a ton of questions about taxes, because
I do remember that. I was like, goodness gracious, she's asking a lot of questions about taxes.
I didn't ask any. I don't know the answers to any of these things. Yeah. Luckily, someone else there did. But here's the thing: I got killed on taxes before Mary Kay, right? And then when I joined Mary Kay, because I was writing off all those things that I had to pay for anyway, I got a huge refund. I was so excited. So I love that.
Yeah. So there's a couple other questions. So how much is the website after a year? And then what's the profit? So our website is super affordable. You don't have to choose to renew it after the year, but if you feel like it's worthwhile for you, which I will tell you it totally is, it's only $30. So you just pay that once for the year, which is super affordable, because if you were to get your own personal website to maintain it, you'd probably end up spending about $100 a month for anything close to what the website is. So yeah.
And you don't even have to do anything. Mary Kay takes care of the whole website for you.
Super reasonable. Yeah. And then Julie, we make 50% up to 50% profit on what we sell. And the way that we earn that profit is that we buy the products wholesale. So we buy the product half price from Mary Kay, and when we sell it to our customer, we sell it full price. So if you buy a product for $10, you sell it for $20, and you get to keep half. That money comes directly from your customers, because they pay you directly. It doesn't come from Mary Kay. Yes, there's tech support for the website. You literally don't have to do anything with the website. You go through it's like 6 clicks to set it up, and then Mary Kay takes care of all of it. If there was ever an issue, there is totally tech support, but literally I know nothing about maintaining a website.
I will admit, I probably shouldn't admit this, but I literally don't even know what it looks like sometimes.
It's so funny.
Because I don't go to it. Why do I need to go to my own website, right?
So
customers go to it.
Oh my gosh. It's like the most hands-off website ever. There are things you can customize, kind of like if you were customizing your profile on Facebook, but it is a fully established website. You don't have to do anything on it. Yeah. Let's see if we missed anything. You guys are asking such good questions. Let's see.
So is there a website where you buy the items at wholesale? Yes. So our website that we're talking about is for our customers to shop with us 24/7. But we have a Mary Kay account. That's a totally different website.
It's an intranet site.
And we use for business. So we navigate that to get training, to place orders, to process customer information and orders and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's totally separate from the website that is for our customers to shop with us on.
Right. It's an intranet site. So it's basically like your back office. The only people that have access to that are consultants or people who've paid that $30. But the public customer facing website is the one that we were talking about.
Catherine?
Yeah. Exactly, Catherine. Exactly. It's quicker than bring a cup of coffee.
So true.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. What other questions do you guys have? I think we have time for a couple more.
We want to get you into that drawing. So anything.
Yes.
Anything at all.
Going once, going twice. I know we already talked about taxes, but can I just tell you guys that literally, like Srila said, when I started my business, I was, like I said, 23 and, working my first like real job. And I remember I got my first paycheck and I was like, this is not what I was told I was going to get paid. And I looked at how much was taken out in taxes.
Lots of money
and I was
came
like,
out.
what in the world? Because I was young and single, didn't own a home, all of that. Oh my gosh. And literally after that, I didn't pay taxes for a very long time because of my business. So what happens if you can't sell all your inventory? And then, more
Julie
questions.
asked one about that.
So if someone orders something on your website, you fulfill the order. Julie, we have the option of fulfilling it however we want to. So we can fulfill it ourselves. We can have it directly fulfilled by Mary Kay. But either way, it's always coming through our hands. Yeah, it's always coming through our hands. And there's ways to streamline it, make it super simple. Or like if you have the product already on hand and it's your neighbor across the street that ordered a mascara, you can just walk it across the street. So you get to choose that. That's in your control. Okay.
So what happens if you can't sell all of your inventory?
So I would first say that's Dina, right? So
Yep.
And Srila, you can add to this if you want, but I would say if the first thing is that, carrying inventory is not required to grow the business. It's completely an option. And if for some reason you want to run your business that way, which a lot of us do because, there's a lot of value in having product on hand for people. Number one, we work with you to help you to figure out what are the products you're going to want to have on hand, how much makes sense for what you're working to do. And that's what Srila and I are here for as sales directors, is like, we're basically like your mentor and your coach. And so honestly, so long as you're willing to partner with us, we will help you to make sure that you move that product. But let's just say, you got started and you did decide to get some product on hand and you really gave your business your best shot, but then ultimately decided, it's not for you, or maybe life takes you in a different direction. You're like, I don't want to do this again. Mary Kay has a buyback guarantee, which means that you can send any product you still have left over back to the company and they reimburse you 90%. So, there's always that option too. So, but honestly, like we work with consultants to help them with that for sure, because it doesn't benefit. The whole point of having product on hand is to move it, right? There's no, that's not the goal, is to have it sit there. Srila, do you want to answer the question about required amount to sell?
No, the answer is no. There's no required amount to sell. No. Where do you see yourselves in the next 5 years with Mary Kay? That's a good question. Something we're asked all the time by our mentors.
Yes.
In 5 years, I see myself being a national sales director, which is the top position in Mary Kay. How about you, Danielle?
I was going to say that's where I see myself as well.
Yes.
And so we have a career path in Mary Kay. And so national sales director position is essentially where you're in a position where you're most of your energy and your focus is put into leading leaders. Mm-hmm. And so that's in mentoring leaders, mentoring women who are in our position. Let's see. Let's see. Does Mary Kay give you a 1099 for taxes? For certain things, Julie, yes. They don't for our sales, because all Mary Kay can see is what we purchase. They don't know what we sell. So, again, if you buy a product for $10, you can sell it to your customer for $20, but you could have also sold it to your customer for $15 if you wanted to give her a discount for her birthday or something. That's up to you. So we track our own profit from our sales. But if Mary Kay pays us commissions or bonuses for other things, like for example, if you're earning a free car, that's taxable income. They would send you a 1099 for those things that they pay you.
All the diamonds we earn.
Yeah, literally. There's not an amount we have to sell every month. Nope. Did we miss any questions? I don't think so. I think, Dina said, if you buy a bunch, and again, Dina, we wouldn't, you're not ever going to have an excessive amount of product on hand. That is not the goal at all. You purchase what you need for the type of business that you're running and the amount of activity that you're doing. And we help you to figure that out so that you don't have an excess abundance of product on hand. That is not the focus at all. Okay, you guys, you're asking such good questions. I feel like we could stay here all night and just talk to you and answer your questions.
I know.
But we do want to respect your time. Are there any last burning questions that you guys want to ask before we kind of wrap things up? Oh, so Dion asked a question about how much do you have to sell to stay active?
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
again,
That's
there's
right.
no requirement for selling product. Active status is based on your wholesale purchase from the company. So there are a lot of consultants who get started because they want, it's almost like preferred customer pricing. Like they want to be able to get their discount for themselves. All that requires is that you place a wholesale product order of 225, which is what we pay for it. That's the wholesale cost is what we pay. So it gives you $450 in retail product, and you can be placing that for yourself. So there's no requirement to sell it, and you get it 50% off. It just has to be at one time, as opposed to like 10 little orders.
Yeah. Whoever just asked this last question, what are your top sellers, skincare or makeup? Please put your name in the comments so we know who that is. So skincare for sure. Skincare for sure. Wouldn't you agree, Danielle?
Yeah, and also I think it depends on the person. And I say that because
Yeah.
there are some consultants who are like on fire about makeup. They're so good at it. They so love it. And like they're super passionate about it and they sell a ton of makeup. And then there are consultants like me who, when I started, barely wore a stitch. And I was like, I can't even put my own makeup on. I can't teach somebody else what to do. And so I focused on mostly skincare, but also, skincare is universal. Everybody has to wash their face. Not everybody wears makeup. It's like a style thing, like sometimes you want to wear a t-shirt and jeans. Sometimes you want to get dressed up in heels. But and honestly, our number one, what we're most known for is skincare. And that was the original product line, was skincare, actually. And then Mary Kay added a cosmetic line later.
Yeah. But those are our top two biggest sellers. We also have fragrance and we also have body care. So skincare typically sells the most, and color cosmetics are a close second.
Yes. Yeah. But the top seller, like we have several that are top sellers that are like marked in the catalog. So you can actually see that too. But person to person is going to be different actually. So like what my top selling product is might be a little bit different than Srila's. And that's based on your customer base, but also, like I said, what you love and you're enthusiastic about tends to be the products that you sell the most. Yeah.
Judy loves her perfume.
And Judy loves perfume. And Judy, I am not a fragrance person. I sell almost no perfume. I don't wear it. I don't really care for it. So I don't sell like any of it. But you would probably be somebody that sells a ton of perfume because you love it. Right. So that's the other thing. It's, it's also your business is kind of an extension of your personality. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, you guys. These were great questions. Thank you so much for asking them and having a conversation with us. We love that. I don't know, Danielle, what do you think? Should we wrap up?
Yeah. And you know what, you guys, if you have more questions, you can keep asking them or you can comment. We'll come back and answer. Or, your consultant is going to totally follow up with you quick after this anyways, just to like see if there are any lingering questions you didn't get answered, or maybe you didn't really want to ask something in front of everybody, which we totally respect that. And she's going to want to get your feedback anyway. So you'll definitely have an opportunity to ask more questions. And if you want to ask something directly of Srila or I, feel free to send us a private message too.
Absolutely. That sounds great. All right, cool. So you guys, thank you again for joining us. We're going to wrap up and we are going to choose our winners later on for our product giveaway. So that's exciting. So all of you who are asking questions, you have entries now into that. So a couple of things that I want to share with you guys. And then we're gonna tell you how you can get your gift from your consultant. Okay. So one thing is that, as Danielle mentioned earlier, because someone had asked this, that sign up for Mary Kay can be as low as $30, and $30 gives you what we call our e-start kit, and $30 gives you everything you need for your online business. We do have another option that has products in it as well, but that's more for people who might do things more in person. And the e-start is perfectly acceptable for people who are going to start and do things mainly virtually. So I think it's just a matter of, how you see yourself working your business. Okay. But we want to let you guys know that if you heard anything, or if you've been contemplating Mary Kay, or if you've been on the fence, or maybe your consultant's been kind of chatting with you about it, it really boils down to that $30 decision. But Danielle and I are really, excited to reward people who are decision makers. And, spending $30, which is less than what some people spend on coffee in a week, right? Spending $30 could really make a difference. And so if you decide that you want to go ahead and just open the door, right? Just open the door to the opportunity. We do have a sign-on bonus tonight where you will get $30 in free product at your first training. And so if you think about that, that means your investment to just start and open the door is essentially free. Okay. So that is how you can get your $30 in free products tonight if you decide you want to go ahead and give it a shot. Okay. But we want to sort of see where you're at and what you're thinking. Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys to post one answer to a question I'm going to ask you right now in the comments. And when you post this answer, your consultant is going to write it down, and she is going to follow up with you, and she is going to coordinate your gift for joining us tonight. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you. Yes. So thank you for staying on until the end. And so in the comments, what I need you to do if you're watching is type an A, a B, or a C. Okay. And so let me share with you what this means. A means, you know what? For 30 bucks, why wouldn't I just consider this and check it out, right? And people take advantage of Mary Kay in different ways. Some people want to just be that savvy shopper, right? Or kind of what we like to call a Costco membership. You come in for 30 bucks and you enjoy a 50% discount on your product. And maybe you just use it yourself. You use it for gift giving. Maybe you've got some friends and family that want to jump in and, order some things from you. And if they do, what's nice about that is you might get your products for free, right? And so, we kind of call that the savvy shopper or the Costco membership, right? A lot of people do that to take advantage and get their foot in the door. Other people come in and take advantage of Mary Kay as a side hustle, right? The average woman these days needs an extra $500 a month. That's just how things are shaken out. And so if that's you, if you fall into that category where you would love to make a little bit of supplemental income, really part-time, working from home, working in and around your busy lives from your phone, right? That is something that you can do. And we can teach you how. That's the good news, right? So you can make a little bit of side money on your own time and use this opportunity as a side hustle. A lot of people choose to do that. And then there's a lot of people who come into Mary Kay, whether it's initially or eventually, like Danielle and I, who decide to make this a much bigger thing, right? We work the business consistently. We are growing a customer base. We are growing a team. We are taking advantage of everything Mary Kay has to offer us. The money, the cars, the diamonds, the trips, like all the things. This is our career, right? Now, it's not to say that it has to be your career, right? But if you decide you want to work this consistently and make a significant level of income and have a significant level of perks, you can do that too. So there's everything in Mary Kay from I love the product and I don't want to pay full price, all the way to this is my career and this is how I support my family. Anything in between, right? So responding in A means absolutely for 30 bucks, why wouldn't I just open the door and take advantage of Mary Kay at any level I choose, get $30 of free product at my first training, and just have fun with it and meet some fun people and try some new things, right? That's an A. B is book me for an appointment, okay? And what that means is, I'm intrigued. I have some new thoughts, but I'm not ready to say yes. And, I have some concerns still or some questions still. I would like to talk more. B would be book me for an appointment where you can talk more with your consultant about the opportunity or maybe even try more product or both. Okay. So that's B. And C is, you know what? This sounds like an amazing opportunity. It's an amazing company, but I am perfectly happy being a customer for now. Maybe down the road, but right now I'm perfectly happy being a customer. Okay. So I want you to put an A, a B, or a C in the comments right now so that we know you're still here, number one, and we know where you're at, number two, so that your consultant knows how to follow up with you. Okay. So we'll give you a second to go ahead and do that.
And also so that you can qualify for your gift.
Yes, I didn't repeat that. Yes, thank you.
Yes. Be sure you comment so you qualify for your gift.
And again, if it says Facebook user, like some of these do, please make sure you put your name. So I saw Judy's response. I saw Dina's response. Then I see a couple responses where it says Facebook user. So please put your name and then your response again for us, just so we don't get confused. We see Dion's response.
Yeah.
Judy, anybody else
Dina,
still
and Dion,
on here?
we can see yours. You guys are so awesome for staying on with us. We really appreciate it. Oh, Ann Harmon was one. Perfect. Thanks, Ann.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's funny because there's a little bit of a delay. So like you guys have probably commented and it's not really showing up for us just yet. So thanks
okay,
for
we
your
saw
patience.
Julie.
Okay, we see Julie Levesque. Is that how it's Michelle? How you say your last name?
Diana. Okay, good.
Yay.
We got all these. And consultants, if these are your guests, make sure you're jotting these down as well.
All right.
Anybody else? Okay, whoever just responded, we need to know your name.
Between A and B, yeah, put your name down. Okay. Let's see if we have everybody. So I'll just shout out the names that we can see. So Judy, Dina, Dion, Ann Harmon, Julie, Michelle, Diana. That's it. If that's not you, we can't see your name. All right.
Tell us again who you are.
So just put your comment again with your first name if we didn't call out your name. All right, you guys. Cirilo, was there anything else that you wanted to add before we wrap things up? Okay, is it Shanna or Shayna? You're not going to be able to tell me that. I don't know how to read pronunciation.
Well, you can write it phonetically, I guess.
That's what I mean. I don't know how to read phonetic. Like,
oh, well, then don't even bother.
Don't bother. Oh, so I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. Shanna or Shayna?
Man, Danielle.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
No, I didn't have anything else to add other than thanks again, you guys, for joining us. We love hanging out with you. We love sharing.
Yeah.
I know every time I get to talk about our company, I get really excited because I just love it so much. And I'm sure, Danielle, you feel the same way. So, yeah. Miriam, we got you in. Ooh, just at the buzzer.
Awesome. No, she was saying it's a long A, Shayna.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You guys got my back. Thanks. All right. Well,
I didn't even get it.
Again, thank you. Thank you so much for just tuning in tonight and supporting whoever invited you. And honestly, like if you're someone who is kind of on the fence between an A and a B, definitely follow up with your consultant tonight. So that you can take advantage of that $30 free. But the last thought I just want to leave you with is I would really encourage you to think about what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst case scenario for $30? You know what? For $30, this is how I looked at it when I started, and it was 100 when I started. But I looked at it and I thought, you know what? For $100, am I worth it? Like, am I worth it to give myself a chance at something different? And, if I don't take advantage of it, am I always going to wonder, like, what if? Like, what if I had done that? Like, what might have been different? What could I maybe have accomplished,
I think about that all the time now, Danielle. Like, what if I said no?
Right.
My life would be totally different.
I wouldn't have met my husband. Literally.
That's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have met my husband. Right. So
Mary Kay brought Danielle her husband. You did
and
not
talk about that baby. Yeah, but you guys, think about that. Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You know what? You save money on your own products, and for sure. You give yourself the opportunity to know for sure. But on the flip side of that, like, what are the possibilities that could happen? And for what's possible, is it worth the worst case scenario, which is $30 and half off your own product? So that's what I would encourage you. But all right, everybody, thank you again for joining us. Have a great night.
Bye.